It's sometimes too much of a coincidence that I have something on the mind and a few days later it just pops up. Or I get random emails that have insight into things where I'm asking, where is this coming from? There is still so much out there that I do not know. We have coincidence on the one side, and then you have something predetermined, which meaning destiny on the other side. On the one side, you walk through this lifetime and then something falls to you. Is your life in your hands? Yes or no? There is something which is in your hands, and there is something which is not in your hands. Even if it is written in the stars, you're gonna be a successful businessman, just as an example. Maybe it's the destiny. But you are not putting the work down. You are not waking up early in the morning, you're not answering the emails, you don't educate yourself, you don't understand how the processes are working, none of this. Then even if destiny is maybe written down, but it's still not gonna happen. Because your actions that you are doing are not fitting to what is written down to your destiny. For me, the search has always been what might be written down, where is your path maybe leading to, and what are now the necessary steps that I have to put in to fulfill that mission. Where is opening, there is closing. Where is free flow, on the other side you have stagnation. Everything we do on our daily basis, in the moment where you are taking decisions, where you are making plans for the future, if you are aware, if you have some type of awareness for yourself, you can sense already, if I'm going to make this decision, what of these two things is going to happen inside of you? Is there coming more light into your life, or is there coming a little bit more darkness into the life? Is it a burden into your life, or is it actually something which frees up, like something falls down from your heart, the stone falls from your heart? Is it more light? Is it more dark? This expansion, you feel like, okay, there is something growing. Your heart is opening. The love for life is increasing, not the hate for life. I hate this life because I have too many obligations. How does this expansion feel? Yes, everybody needs to feel this for himself. That's why I cannot tell you what causes expansion for me. Maybe it is not causing expansion for you. It's not about what we do on the outside. It's about how your internal world is reacting to the things that you are doing in your life. That's why it's individual. That's why I'm not a person propagating one type of exactly way of life. It's not going to happen. The only thing is I have some guidelines and I can feel and sense inside myself, for me, when I do decisions that are keeping me small and when I do decisions that I feel that feels right. And it's not just benefiting myself, it's also benefiting more people. Then that decision is very clear for me. Whenever I had the feeling in my life that this fits together, so I had the feeling I have to go to this country now. I try to do everything in order to be able to go to that country. And when these things come together, somehow next step came for me. Something happened in that country, somebody I meet in that country, that then somehow gives another layer now back to this life, where I had the feeling that, okay, seems to be like the next mission maybe, seems to be like the next challenge whatsoever. This is where I say the things are not separated. So my search has always been, okay, I look, what is the global spirit on the one side telling me, and what is my personal internal fire, where does this want to go? And if these two things come together, this is my guideline. If I have personal goals, but I feel it's not the right time for my personal goals, I don't push them. But if I feel like, okay, there are like, the constellation is right for something, I can feel the constellation is right. Because this is the only thing that I can influence. I can influence my actions. I cannot influence what, let's say, comes to me. I cannot influence the coincidence. But once it comes, then I just ask myself, how quickly am I able to adapt myself in order to get in harmony and align myself with this next step? This is my guideline. This is maybe what you would call my belief. But besides that, there is maybe one belief which is, at the end, it's the same. At the end, it all leads to the one. That's my belief.
What do you mean by the one?
We all have a root. Everything in this world has a root. Everything has a beginning in a way, or at least a beginning in the sense that you can trace back where also us come from. Why do I talk the way how I talk? It's because everything that happened in the past. Why do I look the way how I look? Because everything in the past. My ancestors, 20 generations before me, had the same facial expressions. From the far, far past, still some type of information, biological wise, is transferred into the present. In my worldview, I don't think we humans are only made out of biology or only made out of atoms. So besides the matter, besides the physicality that we have, for me it's very clear there's another layer about us that I would call a spiritual area. It is an area that you cannot put into form. I cannot show you. I cannot show you my mind. I cannot show you my energy. I cannot show you my spirit. I can show you my body. I can show you my skin, all of this, but I can't show you this non-physical area. But for me, it's in a way a logical consequence that these two areas, physicality and spirituality, those two go hand in hand. Now, from the physicality, I just said from past generations, things are being transmitted into the present. So why not also in the realm of the spiritual area? Meaning, information, things that past generations have learned, things that past generations have become aware of, have trained their consciousness. So why not this area would also have an impact on the person who you are today? For me, it's not a question. For me, it's like this. Okay? So, and therefore, tracing back all of this, the question still remains, where are we all coming from? And this is where I say, your source is the same as my source. It's just along the way somehow we had different influences. That's why today we look different. And this one, I think this is for me, is the source. If you think about a future idea, if you think about the future goal, you can actually sense and feel inside what the reactions of your body is. If it's like rejecting the idea that you just projected, or if you feel some resonance with it. This is a way of where I normally integrate it into all areas of life as well. No matter what you carry inside, what you maybe call as belief or what is your life philosophy or whatsoever, nobody can look inside of you, which means if you carry something valuable inside of you, there must be a way to express it. Meaning there must be a way to actually see how much of this internal personal development at the end have you for yourself put into practice, and how does it translate into your daily actions. You see the abundance in the outside world. The abundance is around you. It's not inside of you. Outside of you, everything is available, but the question is, how does it inside feel? And based on what, for example, you say is, you realize that the abundance on the outside is not what fills that hole on the inside. And this is why exactly this approach that I also try to develop myself in is, the abundance is never going to be found on the outside. This type of abundance is not going to make you full. So the search is for how can you on a daily basis already wake up being full, already wake up without searching. This is how I regard as many things that are available nowadays to us on the outside, also technological wise. Our parents didn't have it, our grandparents didn't have it, other generations also didn't have it. In the past it was not needed. It's just like a trend, it's just like a development for our recent generation, but it's nothing that you need. In 100 years they will have other things which are abundant in that type of sense. But what has always been the same is that everybody has always been looking for how to become full on the inside. And this is why all the time it is about the perspective, what you have put upon yourself, with what lenses you are watching into the world. And if you are waiting for this world outside there to solve your empty stomach, it's not going to happen. But people sometimes To get to this realization, people sometimes have to go different pathways. And one of these pathways means you have to become rich first. You have to be able to afford the abundance of the outside world. You have to be able to maybe live a little bit what you have been dreaming about all these years. Until you realize, still empty. Maybe it was an exciting time, yeah, but that exciting time was, I don't know, 1 hour, 2 hours. And then that was it. And maybe then some type of change of mindset, some type of approaching life differently starts to happen. Some people, first of all, they need to have it to understand that's not it. Other people, but that is maybe more rare, they can already learn because they have observed the past, they have observed their surroundings, they have read the text, so the observations, the ones that observe all the time. They can see already the consequence, the cause and effect. They can see the interplay of all of these things. So for them, they don't necessarily need to have it, they can already see it. They can see that's not it. So that's why they a little bit earlier, or even without having the things, also already started to redirect their life. It is embedded into the nature of us humans that we are looking for expansion. We are looking for something bigger than us. In my view, let's say like this, it's inside of us. There is something which wants to expand. So now, in the way how somebody is educated, in the way how our world nowadays is set up, there are things where this world is telling you in which way you are supposed to expand. This can mean expand in terms of career, financial expansion. It's about expanding the amount of titles, the academic expansion of yourself. And if you don't pay attention, and if you have no alternative, then hearing from the moment as a child that go to school, do this, then that this is the level of expansion. If this is the alternative and you're not careful, you might really start to think that this is the way. If this is the condition of the mind, then I think it's very natural that this type of approach is not working for every human being. Why? Because first of all, it's just one way how you can manifest the wish for expansion, the wish for growth into one area. The more important perspective would simply be expand beyond the person that you are today. So don't compare yourself to anything on the outside or what other people are telling you where to expand. The expansion is in regards to yourself, in regards to your own mental abilities, physical abilities, if you want to make it simple. Today you are here with certain mental and physical abilities. Just make sure next day it's different. Mentally, you have learned something new, some new information, read a new book, whatever. Physically, you do something physical, of course. This is something which is only in your hands, where you have no comparison with something where you have no influence on, and it is the right way. Investing into the expansion which naturally we have, yeah, but it's about our expansion. It's not about we sacrificing our lifetime to fulfill the expansory wishes of, I don't know, of who? Of people you compare yourself with that you even have never met in this lifetime or whatsoever. Place it on yourself. You are the benchmark. Technological wise, everything is developing. It's super fast paced. So meaning also the mind is super fast paced. You want to eat something, you don't want to wait 10 minutes to get your food. Push the button and it directly comes out what you want. That would be the best in order to not waste your lifetime. So that means in everything that we do, in a way we have been conditioned already, fast would be more beneficial. But not in the case when it comes to really trying to develop something deeply inside of you which is sustainable for your lifetime, then it's not happening fast. It's a drop by drop development where you don't even feel the difference from day 1 until day 7 because the drop is too small. But if your mind all the time is looking for the big changes, I did my training now 7 days already, why I see no difference in how I look, doesn't bring anything, the training, okay, I stop it, I have to look for something else. And this mentality, it's different, but it's not the proper one to build up something sustainable. Without limitation, there is no progress, because to realize this is my limit, I don't feel comfortable at this limit. That's why I make that one single step across the line. I cross the line, I cross the limit. That's why you grow. That's why that circle of comfort starts to expand. Only if you know where your limits are, you know what is holding you down. And that's why that small step, always more, continuously small steps, not big steps. But when this becomes like a part of your lifestyle, that figuring out where's my limit and one step more. Figuring out where's the limit, next step. Continuously. Automatically what it means is every day you are entering into new frontier. Meaning new area that before that you have never seen before. Why? Because you always stopped at the limit. Because you always stopped at the borderline. So no challenge, I don't think it's possible to have some type of growth embedded to it.
What do you think is holding most people back from becoming the person that they actually want to be?
I think on the one side, it is the complexity of life. Because there's too much going on. There are too much options that people maybe can choose from. That's why it feels like sometimes they are getting lost in too many different things. So, meaning for me, when I look at it, the energy just starts to spread all over the place. But if I want to finish with some certain type of work, it is finished the quickest when I focus all my energy to that one and do nothing else. But if I have this project, and I have this, and then I have a family, and then I have a wife, and then I have children, and then I have more and more and more, and I have to share my thoughts all the time, number one, your energy starts to spread. And second of all, everything just gets longer and longer. So this is one thing that I can see. What happens after some time is you're becoming more fine and more fine for yourself and for everything that actually goes on inside of yourself. When this awareness becomes more fine, you will also realize then, for example, if you think about a future idea, if you think about a future goal, you can actually sense and feel inside what the reaction of your body is. If it's like rejecting the idea that you just projected, or if you feel some resonance with it. This is a way of where I normally integrate it into all areas of life as well. But if I say calming the mind is important, becoming aware is important, being able to criticize yourself is important. So then it's like in general comes, but how do you do this? Number one is, I don't believe in big changes able to happen within one day. And if they happen, they are not sustainable. So the first pressure in a way to take away is that idea that something from today until tomorrow must change. If for the last 30 years somebody has lived, let's say, with quite a little bit of awareness only, it's impossible that tomorrow he's going to be full of it. No, first of all, already the awareness, the observation, I have been unaware for the last 30 years. But there is another option apparently that I can increase my awareness. That's the first statement. Now you say, I want to do something about it because I'm not happy with the way of how I'm living right now. I can see that this lack of awareness is not fulfilling to me. Then you look for, how do I develop it now? And that means you look for a teacher, look for the right methods, and now just step by step, integrate these methods into your daily life. Step by step, because you have been unaware 30 years. First of all, we have to balance this out. We cannot balance out 30 years just by one day practice. I'm not saying you need another 30 years, but it's not happening in 1 year. Okay? So this is the same way. In the last 20 years you have gained like a lot of weight because you were eating too much chips and too much unhealthy food. So that means your body is unhealthy for 20 years long. Now you finally say, okay, it can't go on like this. Well, 20 years of misusing the body is not going to be neutralized by 1 year of training. Because 20 years you have been undisciplined. Now, I don't know how long. Now comes a time where you have to bear the consequences and the suffering of the 20 years of not discipline. And when the balance is met, then it starts. So this is the way. Always when you are expecting something quickly to happen from yourself. Yeah, but how long was the past that led to what you are right now? How long is that past misusage of yourself?